I've shared before about the ojas, excluding all the benefits it has on physical level and all that. The ojas, because this channel's about spirituality, in case you haven't recognized that. The ojas is the spiritual container. That's the container that allows your spiritual qualities to be born. If you didn't have ojas, you're just going to be a self-centered, just egotistical, just low level, just, you don't care about anybody except yourself, etc. So, intruders are coming. This is the most important reason for preserving the ojas, is so that you actually have spiritual powers. This is your highest power. I mean, please, you think power in your arms means nothing. After your prime, that's going to keep going down and down and down and down. Your real power is your spiritual power. Ojas gives you that power. It allows you to access the power to have these qualities that you can say the Dalai Lama talks about and other spiritual teachers: compassion, intolerance. You have a still mind. You can relax. Your mental circuitry, it starts to get more balanced. Emotions, they get more centered. There's no pill that's going to do that. There's no therapist that's going to do that. There's no plant medicine that's going to do that. There's no technique or course or class that's going to do that. No, you need spiritual juice. The ojas gives you that. And then, when you get more of a semblance of balance inside, what's wisdom? Wisdom is when you're not looking through such selfish, self-centered eyes, like, yeah, but how can this serve me? How can I get ahead? How is this going to help me get ahead? You miss so much when that's a very narrow, limited way of thinking. So you can't get the real wisdom. Like the American Indians, they used to get together in their tribe. They would make decisions on how it would affect like the next 5 generations. They're not just looking like, how's it going to affect our little tribe? See, because they had spiritual power. They had wisdom. When you have wisdom, your vision becomes more, your perception's more broad. It's not so narrow and limited. So you just see things. When people do stupid things, you instead of reacting and ground and pounding them, you see like, oh yeah, this is what you see, like their frequency. It's like if you see a child, how they act, you don't get mad at them, like expect them to like understand what you can understand. You can tell their frequency. It matches the way they talk, the way they look. They're at a certain level of maturity. You see that. But people get confused when they see adults, because we have an expectation that adults should behave a certain way. No, man, they have the same frequency as the kid. They never got an upgrade. So you see that when you have wisdom. You see that. When you don't have wisdom, you react to it and you take it personal. That means you're at a similar frequency as them. Otherwise, you wouldn't react like that. You can't have that broader vision and perception and insight, though, unless you're preserving your ojas, unless you're like in touch, you have accessibility to your higher nature. How are you gonna practice like wisdom? Practice love. I'm gonna practice being loving. What does that look like? What do you mean? Oh, I love it. Yeah, you can't. It comes organic. It has to be organic. It's like practicing breathing oxygen when you're walking. How are you going to practice? Like, or are you just going to breathe? Happens naturally. So these are some of the higher benefits that you get when you're free of PMO, free of edging, free of the whole women chase. When you're chasing girls all the time, like you're stuck. Like your mind is stuck on a loop. Like how it's like if a hamster is in a cage and he keeps spinning on this wheel, he can't do anything else. He's just spinning. Like what else is he gonna do? This is what we do when we're stuck in our mind and stuck in sex and lust addiction and type thinking. We're just stuck in there. How can you access any greater part of yourself when you're stuck in that level of thinking? Now, I can hear the mind asking, well, then how do I be free of it? There's no technique or answer on how to be free of it. What's the techniques? Do you realize how the mind doesn't like to feel pain, and so then it wants to go find a technique? Do you realize that? Like realize that. Instead of just believing it. The mind says, you need to find a technique so you can get free of this. Yeah, I'm gonna go find a technique. Just take a second and say, wait a minute. This is an evolutionary process, man. There's no technique. It's like a little kid asking how to be an adult. Is there some technique on how the kid can go and be an adult? No, he has to go through the evolutionary process. So, do you believe that? If you don't, it's okay. Go and find all the techniques and do them, so that then you can see they don't work, and then you can come back here and we can talk. Now, the thing I will say, is there a way to accelerate the evolution? Yeah, this is what the videos do. For those who have the ears to hear it, the only way we can really have a shift inside is by grace, number one. The mind can't, how are you gonna create a shift in your total orientation? Shift on physical level, mental level, emotional level, subconscious level, spiritual level. How are you gonna do that? It's impossible. That has to come by grace at its own time. Well, how do we accelerate that? You clean your life up as best as you can. You become aware of the habits and patterns you're doing that's keeping you stuck, that's causing you to lose life force. Make a list and see. You don't have to ask me like what you're doing and if this is good or bad. You feel. You have to trust your feeling. I don't want to foster any dependence on me. That's not what we're doing here. For people who are doing the actual work, and then you want me to check something or do something or come to satsang, that's different. But like, I can't carry you, you know? So you clean your lifestyle up, you get some self-honesty, you look at yourself and see, what am I doing that I shouldn't be doing? That's it. Just ask that question. Oh, should I eat this? Okay, ask yourself, should I eat this or not? Should I listen to this kind of music because I don't know if it's like bringing me down? Well, feel if it's bringing you down. Is it okay to go to the massage parlor once in a while? Check and see. How do you feel when you go? How do you feel afterwards? You gotta like be your own man and discern these things for yourself. So the best conducive way I know to produce this intangible shift, to allow it to happen by grace, is, like I said, you clean your life up as best as you can, and you be in higher vibrational frequency environments. It's the high vibration and frequency that prepares, you can say, this vehicle to get the download from grace to cause the shift. That's what it is. It's not a technique. Techniques are for the mind. Your spirit can't do techniques. It doesn't have a form to do techniques. Spirit needs a shift. The shift happens when this concentration of high vibration, and assuming you're ready for it, you want it. Some people, they don't want the high vibration. They want to go out and mess around, and I know I did that too. I had a great teacher in India, but then I'd go to Thailand and get crazy. And then I'd go back to the teacher, but he could tell, like, you know, he said, you've been messing around. You could see my aura was darker. Charisma was gone. So I'd go back to India, I'd do my yoga and meditation, and I'd have a healthy lifestyle. The ojas would start to increase, and then again, I'd go piss it away. Yeah, we have to do that for a little bit. Well, what's the technique to not do it? Do it. You do it, and then you see at some point, like, whoa, I really shouldn't do this. Oh, wait, I can't even stop doing it though. Damn, now I'm really in trouble. Okay, God, now I really do need your help because I see I'm powerless over this. Then you might get some divine power because you've surrendered. You see how this is an evolutionary thing? You have to just your attitude needs to be, I don't care when this happens, but I'm ready and I'm willing as best as I can. And that's it. And I'm going to struggle I'll struggle my whole life if I have to. I'll die and still not get the shift. I'm willing, if that's the way it's got to be. When you have that attitude, then something can happen. Don't be watching your clock of when it's going to happen. That's the mind coming in. So that then it can say, oh, this don't work. I'm going to go back and find techniques. That's okay. Like everything's okay. So high vibration is what you need. You can get that from videos, from books, from satsangs, from if you find a good church, good high level company, being in nature, whatever. Make a list. Make a list of high vibrational environments that raise your frequency. And then do those more than doing low vibrational things. You see, all this is very much common sense at a certain level. Like, it's very easy. It's so damn easy. This is why we can't understand it. But it's super simple. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Mosquitoes are getting me. I'll see you.